Hey, what's going on there, folks? Good evening. It is the Earthmaster here on this Monday night, May 15th, 2023. It is about 10:44 p.m. here along the west coast in the state of California. And latest earthquake activity looks like a 2.5 over here in California. That is the latest quake here on the globe. By the way, didn't get a chance to do the member drawing today. Went up to Lake Almanor and checked out the earthquake activity that's been going on up here around the dam. And there's definitely quite a bit of earthquake activity, but this whole area around the dam region is very dry. There's not even any water up to the dam. So currently no issues with that. Went up there to just kind of investigate, chat with a few folks. And no doubt quite a few folks were worried that this was volcanic activity related to Mount Lassen, but this is just due to a newly discovered fault system here underneath the Lake Almanor area. Got about, what do we have today? About 4 earthquakes in the last 24 hours. The latest was a 1.4 down here where I was around the Canyon Dam about 12:30 this afternoon. All right, looking at the rest of California here. Over around the Cascadia subduction zone, had a couple earthquakes as well. Looks like a 1.6 and a 2.6 within that Cascadia megathrust area. We'll check out the tremor map here in a little bit. Here's a little earthquake here outside of the Santa Rosa region, a 1.2. And got an earthquake here, that's that latest one, a 2.5, near the Kettleman City area, 5.7 kilometers deep. Looks like that is... no, it's off the San Andreas Fault. There is another fault system that runs here up against the San Joaquin Valley, but not showing up there on the map. A little bit of activity down here today in the southern California region, mostly around the San Jacinto Fault Zone, but around the Salton Sea area. Got a couple earthquakes as well. Looks like a 2.0 coming in underneath the Salton Sea region, 21 kilometers deep. Now, looking at the status shows that it's automatic status, so this could get reviewed because that's quite a deep earthquake. Most of the time we won't see that type of depth there with that earthquake as far as ones that occur around this area. Nevada lighting up a little bit as well north of Las Vegas. Let's see what we got here for Yellowstone. Looks like a couple small earthquakes popping up here. Give a quick visual of the Webby quarters, and everything looks fairly calm for the most part there at Yellowstone. No major swarm, no major doom and gloom to announce today. Over in Oklahoma, they've been having quite a few earthquakes here across the regions of the oil fields. North of Enid out here as well, south of Medford. I believe there's a whole bunch of oil fields out here with the latest earthquake activity. Rich Valley oil field, and looks like Numa oil field as well. Looking at the satellite view, kind of hard to tell though with the vegetation, but sometimes it blends in. But this earthquake activity occurring out here, I'm sure around some of these oil fields. Again, it's kind of hard to spot them with this type of vegetation, but it's definitely mentioned out here across the map. All right, further east, not a whole lot going on. Puerto Rico region, a couple smaller earthquakes there across the Puerto Rico Trench. And South America region here, got a little bit of activity earlier today. Looks like 5.3 coming in just about 24 hours ago. Prior or after that, a couple 4s coming into the Peru-Chile Trench area. Looking at the EMSC model here, fairly much, pretty much confirms everything that the USGS is stating, but adding on a couple smaller quakes there for that region. Across the Fiji area and Kermadec Trench, some deeper movement quakes there from earlier. Looks like right around North Island, New Zealand, picked up a 3.2 being reported there by the GeoNet servers. Let's see what we have here for the New Zealand region real quick. Got to go here to the all magnitudes. What was that, 3.0? Looks like it was fairly recent. There it is, 3.2. This one's pretty deep, 125 kilometers deep here. It looks like into maybe the Hikurangi subduction zone, the northern end here. Aside from that, mostly smaller microquakes being reported across the North Island area. And just a quick glance here, the earthquake 3D, or the earthquake drums, I should say. There's that movement. Well, there's a little bit of activity. It looks like South Island area as well. A couple smaller quakes being reported. Quick glance at the volcano drums. Shows not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of activity. Taupo supervolcano looks fairly calm there. No movement to take note of. Over here on the big island of Hawaii, most of the activity around Pahala again, and of course Kilauea volcano still showing some signs of life out here. Eventually this may recharge enough and kick out another eruption or two soon. Looks like 2.2, 38 kilometers deep underneath the big island area. Not a big earthquake, but a little odd one. Over here around the Philippines, mostly smaller, well, moderate quakes, I should say. Not quite as active as what we've seen here over the last few days. In fact, it looks like things are mellowing out slightly across the Indonesia region. I did see a little bit of uptick here across Australia, Western Australia, with a 3.3 and a 2.5 on the opposite side here. Java Trend showing a little bit of movement up here with the 4.0 off the coast of Sumatra, and the rest of the world here across the areas of Turkey and the Mediterranean, mostly smaller microquakes. Now notice up here around the Iceland area, just north of Iceland, east here of Greenland, getting a little swarming of earthquake activity up here with quite a few 4s and some 5s in there. This is, let's see what we got up here. This is a USGS model showing a 4.4 and a 4.7. Now the EMSC model throwing in a couple more earthquakes into that mix, so we'll continue to watch this. It's definitely been fairly quiet across the Atlantic for a little while, but it looks like things are starting to kick back up here close to the Greenland Sea and the Jan Mayen area. All right, moving on here. Let's see what else we got. Alaska, not a whole lot of movement currently happening up there. Western Pacific, very quiet across Japan for now. Let's see, any newer quakes popping up here since I've updated? Doesn't look like it. Just going to continue to watch this and see how this plays out here along the west coast. The tremor map tonight. 23 epicenters of tremor, and of course, let me show you guys here this map that would probably explain some of the activity we're seeing upstream here at the very southern end of the Cascadia. Movement downstream, if you will. Picture in your mind this activity occurring well into the subduction zone. Of course, the further right, the further east you go here on the screen indicates the deeper levels of the Cascadia subduction zone, and this is about 45 kilometers deep underneath this land area, underneath the North American plate, where tremor occurs, basically a slow slip type of earthquake, and that does ultimately build up strain further upstream, and that could explain some of this activity that we're noting here across the region today with some 2s and 1s. So we'll continue to watch this area for some potential movement. All right, let's move on to space weather, and I'm done. Again, the member drawing will be tomorrow. We're going to shoot for about 3 o'clock tomorrow, folks. I was going to do that today, but last second I decided to go up to Lake Almanor here outside of Chester, where the earthquake activity was occurring, just to see what the condition of the dam was. And literally there is no water even anywhere close to the dam. So don't think that's of a concern currently with any earthquake activity. Let's see, what do we got? Fairly minimal conditions, only well, 99% chance for a C flare, M flare at 15, X flare around 1. Doesn't look like we've had too much activity here over the past couple days. We are entering into a little quiet period currently on the sun. See if this is the most recent image. It looks like it is. About the only regional sunspot here that we're watching at all is one that's currently facing the Earth, and that's going to be this area right here. Although it doesn't, honestly, it doesn't look all that active in terms of instability. But either way, we'll continue to kind of watch that this area. Aside from that, goodness, there's not a whole lot around the eastern limb of the sun. Look at that. Unless we get something coming up out of the blue, developing out of, I shouldn't say the blue, but out of the yellow, out of the white, it's going to be quiet here for a little bit. No auroras, at least very minimal at the higher latitudes. Not really looking at any major storming forecasted there for the geomagnetic forecast. So things are going to be a little on the quiet side here, folks, as we continue to advance towards solar maximum here in a couple years. Solar cycle 25 progression. This is the predicted sunspots right here in the red line. We were above that, starting off, pretty heavy earlier last year and early this year. But it looks like we're taking a fairly good nosedive here back down from being active. Same with the solar flux energy, the progression here. That's the energy of the sunspots when they're on the Earth side. Peaked out pretty nicely here at, earlier this year, but again, we're going back down. I'm sure it's not going to stay low forever as we head into solar maximum. Looks like summer of 2025. So we got a little ways to go. I mean, we're pretty much already ahead earlier, but we'll see how this plays out. I mean, the sun's going to do what it wants to do, right? And try to make a forecast, but as with any forecast, things are subject to change. All right, Storm Prediction Center. Not a whole lot going on here. Current day 1, current day 2. This is valid for Tuesday, tomorrow. Well, at least my tomorrow. It might be Tuesday there where you live here. Probably Central Time eastward. But a little slight risk of severe weather. Mostly a 2% chance for a tornado probability there around North Carolina and Virginia. And some hail and wind threats, but aside from that, things look goodness. They look very quiet in terms of severe weather potential. All right, folks, we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. Of course, we'll be doing an update early in the morning, and then we'll do the member drawing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes it gets delayed. Most of the time, we try to do it on the 15th, but in events like today, we just wanted to go up to the Lake Almanor area and check it out and chat with a few folks. And right now, it doesn't seem like anyone's concerned about it. Most questions that I got was if it's related to Mount Lassen, the volcano, which it's not. I don't believe it's not anyway. It doesn't mean it can't stir it up, right? It is kind of somewhat in close proximity to Mount Lassen. But not really. There's quite a few fault systems over here. Mount Lassen sits up here about 10-15 miles or so from the earthquake activity to the southeast there around Lake Almanor. All right, folks, I hope everyone enjoys their night. We'll catch you guys back here early in the morning. Take care, everyone.